Pogs mate! Pogs mate! Pogs mate! Hello there, welcome to a kind of unusual live stream for this channel. It's not actually a video game, but it is technically a game. So basically I've been doing South End of Sonic videos about my collection, my old childhood memories and all my old childhood art and stuff. And as I was rummaging through all of that Sega stuff, let us know what the sound levels are like, by the way. Yeah, at some point. But yeah, as I was going through all my Sonic stuff, I kept stumbling on Pog stuff, like Pogs, because throughout most of my childhood, for quite a few years, way longer than it should have been, really, when you think about it, how long this fad lasted. It lasted like a year, maybe 2 tops, maybe count Tazos, maybe 3, something like that. But yeah, if it wasn't Sonic the Hedgehog as a kid, it was these things. Not really sure why or how this happens, but it probably had something to do with this character. I just really like this character. Pogman. See this plush? I've got 2 of them. I've got 2 of these plushes for some reason. Still got his tag. See that? Yeah. That's good stuff. Who made this? Some really generically named company called the GIF Corporation. He's even got his name on his foot. Yeah. I love these. These are probably my favourite thing. If I had to get rid of all my Pog stuff, then the focus, please. It's gone completely out of focus, and there we go. It finally. I'll show you if you can hear cars and stuff as well. This is basically the best room with the most room to do this. So yeah, you might hear the odd car as we're going along, but I'm gonna have to keep an eye on the chat on my phone. Yeah, there we go. Right, so I guess we shall talk about Pogs for a few hours. I have my collection here. I have the game, like the board game. I've got the thing that lets you make Pogs. And I've got Pogs that I made when I was a child. So we shall get through all of that stuff, I guess. I guess we should start with the collection, because I didn't really play Pogs, because I know that was kind of the whole point. I should probably actually, because there's probably loads of people, there'll be people watching this that don't even know what the hell a Pog is. It's basically a piece of circular cardboard. That's basically what it is. Here's a Pog. They tend to have a picture on the front and then like a number on the back of what one in the set it is or whatever. That's basically what they are. They're bits of cardboard. You stack them. I've only got one here, so I can't really show you a stack. Probably should have got a tube out or something. I've got tubes somewhere in one of these boxes. But yeah, you stack them and then you get one of these. This is called a Keenie. It's basically the same thing, but it's plastic. Here's a Batman one. And you use these to slam the stack, and then any that flip onto their back, you win. That's the game. I never really was that bothered about the game. Like, I didn't really care for it. It was just like, that's fun for like 5 minutes. What I was really into was collecting the things. Let's go into variants. So these are Keenies. Plastic ones are called Keenies, or sometimes they're called slammers. Like, that's like the unofficial term, I guess. Technically, these ain't even called Pogs. They're supposed to be called Milkcaps, because they're based on like the caps they used to put on milk bottles. And it's something to do with like some old Hawaiian brand called Pog from like 1920 or something. But yeah, there's Pogs, there's Keenies, and then later on, there are Tazos. Here's a Tazo. So the difference with these, the distinction other than the name, is they're made of plastic instead of cardboard. And they've got little gaps in them. I don't know if you can see that, if I focus it on. Yeah, see the little gaps? And the purpose of the gaps is so you can do this. I'm not really sure why this is a thing. There were other brands of Tazos that were just normal Pogs. They were like made of cardboard, but they were in different countries. But generally, the ones most people remember from the UK, here anyway, were these. In fact, I think these are almost more famous now than Pogs, if that makes sense, because these were a couple of years later, and there was a few sets that got quite infamous for a while for being hot collectibles for about 5 minutes. Just double check if anyone's in chat. I don't think they are, but that's cool. Yeah, so I will start by showing you what's in this big old folder. So really, I should have replaced this folder years ago because it is knackered. Look how, pardon me. Look how absolutely wrecked it is. But the reason I haven't got rid of it is because it's got all these stickers on it. These stickers came with one of the storybooks. I did like Pogman storybooks. I'll show you those in a bit. And yeah, this folder's seen better days. But there's a reason to have it, and that is, it's practically falling apart, but it's also got all these tattoo transfers. Instead of putting them on my body and then washing them off after like a day, I put them in the back of this folder. So I really didn't want to lose those. So I shall, knock them over. I shall move the camera a sec. I will just pop back off for a second, and I will move the camera and I'll show you the collection, my Pog collection. Yeah, we'll do that. Right, so here we are. We're going to have a look at some Pogs. It feels a bit weird that no one's here yet, but I'll keep going. I don't know if you noticed the misspelling of world here where I have written that. Again, I can't really see the webcam at all times, so hopefully it doesn't keep going out of focus. So this is, I put these in order of the British ones. Might have to move the camera back a little bit. I put these in order of British Pogs, American Pogs, Canadian Pogs, and then whatever other Pogs I've got. And this whole folder is just the official ones, like the ones that are actually branded Pog and not like Slammer Whammers or any of that kind of stuff. Basically, these are just the official World Pog Federation Pogs. I was a stickler for mainly collecting the official ones because Pogman, I just really like the character Pogman. Interesting fact about Pogman is he is created by Mitch, I can't remember how you pronounce that name. Basically the guy that created Angry Beavers, and it kind of shows when you look at him. I mean, he's got the big nose, like, you know, like those guys go. Oh, I didn't show you something about this plush. You can turn him into Janet Street Porter. Janet Street Porter! I've got a lot of Pogs to sort. Yeah, you can do that with his teeth. For some reason that always amused me as a kid. Anyway, so yeah, these are all official Pogs in here. I also have some other ones elsewhere. But this is the first set. As you can see, most of the first set are just recolors of the same thing. So the way to tell a Pog is a British Pog is they were published over here by Waddingtons. Let's see if that one's the focus. No, yeah, there we go, Waddingtons. So if there's ever a Pog that says Waddingtons on it, it's British. And if it just says World Pog Federation, then it's probably American, and yeah, whatever. You're not really that interested. So yeah, most of these, as you can see, are just recolors of the same design with like different shiny patterns, stuff like that. It's pretty much just the same design over and over again. I think there's about, I think there's about 70 of these in this set. Most of them are, well, I'd say most of them are Pogman. Some of them are just like generic designs of like dinosaurs and skulls and wolves and stuff. Like for example, there's this one here. It's like, I loved Barney, and it's implying that he's eaten Barney the dinosaur. Yeah. That's what most of these are. It's just like the same design almost repeatedly. Lots of Rastafarian ones as well for some reason. Oh yes, Tazos. I'll definitely be getting into Tazos. A lot of countries had Tazos. In fact, yeah, I think they're more well known at this point than Pogs, maybe. But I'll get to the Tazos because they're amongst all this. So yeah, there's a lot of like Rastafarian ones as well. There's like Rastapog, and then there's Jurastapog. It's just like Jurassic Park, but it's a Rastafarian dinosaur. I don't know. And just like cars and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the whole set. That's the whole first set. Can't remember what year these came out. I think it was like 94, 95, something like that. I think we got them for the first time in the UK apparently in January of 95. Either way, this is the second set. So this is a lot more Pogman focused. Basically every single one of these most of these have unique bits of like Pogman artwork, like this one where he's caveman. These are the sets I like the best, the ones with all the unique Pogman artwork, because there's some really excellent, just really nice little illustrations on some of these. Not all of these are Pogman. There's a few that are just like, there's like a set of 8 here that are just like robot animals surfing. Let's see if we can get that to focus. Yeah, it's just a robot animal and it's surfing. Yeah, there's like 8 of those. I'm not really sure what that's all about. But yeah, these are some of my favourite ones, just these style ones here, where it's just like a nice little illustration of Pogmans. I think this is why I got into them. I just really like this art style. Pogman's one of the few cartoon characters that I can draw from memory. I've always been able to draw from memory. Yeah, up there with Sonic, I suppose. So that's the second set. I think there's 64 of those. And then the third set was called the World Tour. And these ones are exclusively Pogman. There isn't any like other stuff. These ones are literally Pogman in different countries. So there he is on a windmill. Autofocus seems to be holding up for it. There's a Rastafarian one again. They seem to have a thing about like doing like Rastafarian Pogs in these early sets. But yeah, I always just thought the artwork on these was fantastic. I'd love to see the full size illustrations. I think they were inked digitally, most of them, from what I've seen. There he is. And his massive teeth. Yeah, I think that's the case. I think they were just like digitally painted. And yeah, there's just some really nice ones amongst this set. This is probably one of my favourite sets actually. The other thing about the official Pogs is they're semi-embossed as well. I don't know if you can really see it, but like they kind of put like a little bit of like embossing around the characters and stuff. So, and they're quite shiny. Like it's nice. Basically, I think that's the other reason I like the official World Pog Federation Pogs, because they were just quite nice quality, because obviously they were more expensive. You could get like things like Slammer Whammers and the Chubba Chub caps. I can't remember what they were so called. But they were always on like really cheap cardboard, and they just had really crap artwork on them, and I just wasn't really a fan. Now there's one where he's in London. Let's have a look. Pretty good. Yeah. So that's they're sort of the 3 main original sets that came out the first year, I suppose. And then they started doing loads of sets that are basically just recolors of some of the sets they've already done. They recycled artwork endlessly. Like they would just milk this artwork for all they could. Speaking of which, they would milk this art for all they could. There you go. Yeah, so this set is Micro Tournament. This was a set that was in like a little, not this Pog the game here, this one over here. This is like a big board game they did, but there was like another smaller set they did that came with like a little display mat and came in a little box. This is just a set that came complete with that. So basically if you bought Pogs, most Pogs were sold in bags like trading cards of like 7, and you just get a random lot. But sometimes you get sets like this where you just get the whole set in one go. And then you'll get sets like this where you have to get a random Pog in a packet of crisps. So these ones were in Golden Wonder crisps. And again, these were worth getting because most of them had unique artwork on them. I say most of them. Most of these ones here are just like recycled artwork over and over again. But there were a few. This one's quite good. He's littering responsibly. There you go. Let's get that to focus. Focus! Focus on the bin! Come on!
He's keeping Britain tidy.
He is keeping Britain tidy, if it will focus. Oh, you get the idea. It focuses when it wants to. So yeah, some of these are just like photoshops of previous illustrations. They sure do like this illustration of Pogman with his arse out. Like in the original set, it had like a censored bar on it, but then they just released the artwork without the censor bar, so you can see his arse. There you go. But yeah, I think this is my favourite one in the set. He's just dreaming about being buried in blank generic crisp packets. He's like, yay, Golden Wonder! Or it could be any brand. It could literally be, it doesn't even say Golden Wonder on it, it says GW for the number. That's the only way I can even remember that was what that was. So yeah, I had to buy a lot of Golden Wonder crisps to get a complete set of those. As you can imagine, I ended up with lots of doubles. In fact, I think I actually have a whole second set of these in a tube somewhere. Let's have a look at the chip. Yeah, so this set is really nice. I like this set a lot. This is a Cadbury's set. So I don't know what Cadbury's chocolate this was specifically available in. I can't really remember, to be honest. It says Cadbury's right there. But what I like about these ones is it's basically Pogman illustrations where he's crossed over with all the mascots of Cadbury's chocolate. So you've got the mini egg birds, you've got the bunny from Dairy Milk Caramel there. You've got like those roller coaster guys from the old Crunchy commercial. You know, the I'm so excited. That one, yeah. It's just the chocolate blokes from the Crunchy ad. So, yeah, that set's really nice. Every single one of those is unique as well. So, all the illustrations on these ones are unique, which I like. Yeah, that's my thing. I think these guys, I can't remember what chocolate these ones were related to. Probably like, oh, I can't remember. Dairy Milk or something, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's just all like the mascots they used to have back then. I don't think they use most of them anymore, except for that bunny. She's still about, I believe. So yeah, that's that set. These ones on this side, these ones are really strange. I had to get these out of Bird's Eye products. This strap just says Bird's Eye on the back. Yeah. There he is. These ones again, they're all unique illustrations. They're basically just ice, like snow themed. It's just him on a ski and like sleighs and a bike for some reason. He's biking through snow. Hang on, I'll just bring one up close so you can see it a bit better. There you go. There you go. Yeah, so these were the kind of Pogs I like the most. It's just a shame some of these you had to get in. I think I've got one missing in the Bird's Eye set. I've actually been writing down, while I've been sorting these out, like going through this folder, I've actually been writing down what ones I have. Hey there, Tom. Welcome. We are talking Pogs. I'm going through all my Pogs. Yeah, I started writing down what ones I'm missing. So if anyone has any of these that I don't have, let me know, because I would like to complete some of these sets, even though it's like 25 years too late or however long it is. I'm not going to go through these in full detail because there's lots of them. These ones are just called Birthday Pog. I can't remember what what they came with, but they're like sequential images. I think I've got some of those, but I've got a few of those missing. There's this one that's like, it's 3 different pictures building up to him opening a giant present, and it's just got a single packet of Pogs in it. Just one single packet. Again, it doesn't want to focus. Focus! Yeah, well. As I say, focuses when it wants to. These ones, I can't actually remember the origin of. Again, most of them are just recolors of old designs, but there's a few unique ones. All I know is these must have come from some kind of cake product. They literally don't say on the back what they're from. They're just I presume there was something to do with baking, because they're all baking related. Pogman making cupcakes, and I can't hear. Maybe he's stuck in a cake.
Like baking in like the 90s, maybe that was like Super Cook.
It could have been, yeah. They don't say on the back what they are, so I don't really know.
Dr. Uther is known now.
Oh, this set's lovely. This is, again, one of my favourite sets. This was one that you could just buy, and it was just like, you know, on a sheet of cardboard, and you just punch them out. So these are like Christmas ones. Oh, it's actually got a copy of Pog the Game there.
The board game.
Yeah, these ones are really detailed. Again, the focus wants to work. There we go. Look how detailed these are. And again, they're all lovely and embossed. There's just something really nice about some of these ones. I still like these ones. These are the ones that, you know, these are the ones I like the most. I like this one where he's got like a sweater for Christmas. It's just like, just what I always wanted. Ooh. What's quite interesting about these is Pogs, you know, this brand and this character is American, but a lot of these sets are British exclusive. So I'm not sure what that's all about. And these ones have like some kind of female Pogman that is in nothing else. She's literally only on these ones. I don't even know what her name is. Probably like Pog Lady or something, I don't know. But she's only on this set for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, they're really nice. Oh yeah, there's a Kini that goes with them as well, which is quite nice because it's a unique colour. Usually they're just black, but this one's like a nice teal, green, turquoisey colour. Really good. I like that. Right, I'm gonna try not to spend too much time on this. Hey there, Andrew.
Hey there.
Yeah, Pogs and Tazos.
Yeah, Tazos were like the little
wow, I've been going for almost half hour already. I should probably
slits,
move on. These ones come from a book that I have right over here. So I've got 2 copies of this book, right? So this is the Milkcap Collector's Guide. This is just like, I'll go through this book in a little bit. As you can see, it's got Pogs on the cover, and you can just punch the Pogs out. And then here's my original copy that has all the Pogs torn out of it. As you can see, look. They've just been torn out. But yeah, that's all that set is. Again, they're just recycling art, so they're not that interesting. These ones also came with books that I'm going to show you a bit later. There were a couple. Oh, I've actually got an original sheet here. So they did a couple storybooks of Pogman. I'll just bring them over real quick and just show you the covers. These ones here. So they made a few little storybooks. There's this basketball themed one. There's this one where he discovers America. And then there's Bad Hair Day. One of these just came with those tattoo transfers that are in the back of this folder. But 2 of the sets came. I've still got like a. Yeah, there you go. This is how they give them to you basically, and you can just punch them out of the cardboard if you really want to. So this is probably a better way of looking at them actually. You can see them in their full extent. So the storybooks had like a sidekick who's like a Pog cat. But yeah, that's basically what these Pogs here are. It's just the 2. They're basically just artwork from the book, cropped into circles. Quite nice though, because again, original illustrator. So these ones came from Weetabix. Yeah, Chex Pog. These ones are just called Chex Pog by Weetabix. These ones feel really cheap. I don't know why, but these ones are not as nice. And again, they're just recycled. They're pretty much almost exclusively just recolored versions of that first set. Yeah, pretty much. They are almost, I don't think there's a single Pog here that's unique. Every single one of these is just a recycled design from the original set. So yeah, again, you would have to buy lots of Weetabix to get those. I think I have like 1 missing. These ones came with an Easter egg. Oh yeah, it says on the back, Bon Bon Buddies. This set is from something called Bon Bon Buddies. And these are just like photoshops of like old artwork where they've just stuck him on eggs. Like really, I think that's the only one that, oh, even that one's recycled, I think. It's just photoshops basically. Yeah. You sort of get the idea, they're literally just photoshopping him onto some really obviously photoshopped eggs. they're not terribly exciting. I think I might have a couple of them missing as well. And then we get to this set right here, which came with the UK version of Pog the Game. So the main reason you wanted to get this board game is it came with a complete set of 100 Pogs. That's like the biggest set they ever made, like of the official Pogs anyway. Unfortunately, they're mostly Photoshop jobs again. It's just the same artwork again, just with slightly different backgrounds. Some of these are just like really weird Photoshops, and as far as I can tell, there's like barely anything unique here. They're literally just taking old artwork and photoshopping the guitar into his hands, and they're just really lazy, really lazy. I mean, there's 100 of them, so I don't really blame them, but most of them are literally just like, hey, here's some artwork from the second set, but we put like a Photoshop twist effect on it, and that's kind of it. That's your lot. So yeah, again, they came on like a piece of cardboard, which I believe I still have some of here spare. So look, yeah, here we are. So again, they just provided them to you like this. But yeah, it's probably a good way of seeing it. At least they're like embossed properly, and they're not as cheap as like those Czech Pog ones. But yeah, as you can see, most of these are just the same artwork over and over again. At least they tried to be like unique with some of these, but at the same time, they obviously didn't get anyone to illustrate these ones. They just photoshopped a lot of them. As you can see, there's lots of them. There's a lot of them, but again, not terribly exciting because they're all just photoshops. Right, now we're getting into official Pogs that are not of Pogman or their own properties. These are like licensed ones. So to start off, Batman the Animated Series. You know, the old, the very, very famous now Batman cartoon. I never actually watched it much. I wasn't really interested at the time. Like, I just didn't really care for superhero stuff. It didn't really interest me now. I would like to watch it now, though, because I've heard a lot of good things about it.
I remember a few episodes.
Yeah, I think I may have watched it once or twice, but as I say, superhero cartoons didn't really interest me. I was more interested in like zany cartoon characters, I guess. You know, Looney Tunes and all that. Yeah, so there's quite a few of those. They're pretty much all just screenshots from the Batman cartoon. I'm going to assume specific episodes. I've also got the Keenies here because they were in here, but I took them out of here because I've got a whole tube of Keenies to get through yet. Yeah, they're pretty much all just screenshots of the Batman cartoon. Not terribly exciting, but I collected them anyway because they were official ones and they were reasonably cheap to get back then. Like, a lot of places flogged them off very quickly because, as I say, this fad lasted all the 5 minutes. This next set is about as random as you're gonna get. Hey guys, who remembers Jerry Anderson's Space Precinct?
Oh, I do.
I remember absolutely nothing about this. I don't think I even watched it. And yet, I have a complete set of Pogs of it for reasons. You remember something about this? Because I don't.
Yes, I remember some of the advertising for it.
These are just really ugly. It's just a bunch of ugly space alien type things like that with a bit of shiny stuff around them. And they've all got that same logo around them. Some of them have just got some random blokes on them from the show. Again, they're all mostly just... Where's the one I showed you the other day? It's just like the ugliest Pog you'll ever see. Where is it? There it is. Here's the ugliest Pog you'll ever see. Look at this lovely baby. Lovely. So yeah, this was just like some random Jerry Anderson show that no one seems to remember or care about. But it's, you know, there's a robot. That one's okay because it's a robot. It's not an ugly monster. There you go. It's a robot. There's a robot. There he is. Yeah, that's that set. I think that's all the British ones. Yes, we're getting into American ones now. So most of my American Pogs, there was a shop in the Lakeside shopping centre, and it was down in like that little area where they used to have like a marketplace. There was a trading card shop there that sometime, you know, around the time this was a thing, they were just selling like American sets for like, I think it was like a tenner a pop for like a complete set of like 64 Pogs or whatever it was. This set here, I might even zoom in a little bit for some of these. I might consider bringing this down actually. Let's see, because then you can see them better. Let's bring this down a wee bit. Ooh, there we go. That might do. There we go. And says in the chat. Oh, I'm into that shop in Lakeside. Yeah, they just sold like Pogs and trading cards and stuff.
Was that That's Entertainment or?
That's Entertainment was the game shop there. That was near it, but so this set is like they did some tournaments in America, including at the White House, like just outside the White House they did a tournament, and this very small set here is basically what those are. For some reason, I think this one's like a Knott's Berry Farm roller coaster. Yeah, it says it on the back. Knott's Berry Farm, I think it was. Yeah, theme park in America. One of them is Donkey Kong Country for some reason. They're just like random odds. Most of them are Pogman designs. So I presume this actual contest was in Knott's Berry Farm because it just mentions it on the back of them. But yeah, there you go. Random Donkey Kong Country Pog. The only one I have is just, I think there is a set of Donkey Kong Country Pogs. I'm not sure if they're official or not, but I think they were in like Europe or Canada or something like that. But yeah, there you go. Donkey Kong Country Pog. That exists. So this set here, from here, going on to the next page, I'll just bring this over a little bit. Hopefully that's a good, might have to bring it back up actually because it's cropping some off. Let's bring this up. Let's swing this back up a bit. There we go. Yeah, that'll do. This set is kind of like a double whammy of nostalgia for me because this is a Universal Studios Florida. Oh no, wait, Universal Studios Hollywood actually. This is for the Hollywood park, but it's still nostalgia for me because these ones were sold in McDonald's. I presume it was like a Happy Meal deal or something like that. But what makes these ones doubly nostalgic is almost every single attraction that is advertised on these Pogs is gone. Like, you've got Earthquake, you've got the King Kong ride, you've got Back to the Future the ride, you've got Fievel's Playland. Yeah, all these attractions from Universal Studios that are just long gone. The only one that still exists actually is the E.T. ride. E.T. Adventure, that's the only one that's still functioning. Everything else has been replaced by something else. For example, the Back to the Future ride is now a Simpsons ride, and I think Jaws is gone as well. Some of these attractions are still in the Japanese Universal Studios, so I'm kind of looking forward to going to the Japanese Universal Studios to see some of the old attractions. There's like a Miami Vice thing, which I definitely don't remember. And then there's a few unique Pogman designs at the end of this set, which are quite nice. There's one where he's trying to brush the teeth of Jaws. There you go. Yeah, these ones are quite nice. I like this set. Very nice set. Just, you know, double the nostalgia because it's got stuff in it that doesn't exist in any shape or form. I think this ride might still be in Japan. I think. But yeah. Otherwise, yeah, that's kind of like a double whammy of nostalgia, that set there. Check the chat. I can just about see the chat. Nancy Bros BGM. Oh yeah, I've just got like a random, I've literally got like a random Mega Drive playlist on because I wasn't sure what to put in the background. So there you go, Nancy Bros. I can't actually hear the music, I've just got it set to shuffle and it's just playing whatever. So this set is the set that came with the American version of Pog the Game. So I just found this at a boot sale at some point. You can see it's a much bigger box. I'll show you both of these later. But for some reason their set only had 50 in it. Well, I think it had 50 Pogs and then it had like 50 classic Milkcaps, which I'll get to shortly. So yeah, this set is a bit better. It's a bit better than the UK one. There's less of them, but at least there's some unique artwork amongst them, including a unique mascot who's only in this set for some reason. This weird sort of punk looking character with like a mohawk. Yeah, there you go. This green-haired mohawk guy. I can't remember what his name was, to be honest, but he's only in this set. There's quite a few designs of him in here. I don't know if these are illustrated by the same guy or if they're by someone else, but they look pretty similar. Just different character design. Obviously not as cool as Pogman, but you know, no one's as cool as Pogman. So yeah, outside of those, oh, his name's right there, Ripper Riley. Yeah, there you go. There's Ripper Riley. He's crazy. Look how crazy he is. Look crazy and quirky and unique he is, and out of focus. Yeah, that's basically those. I think I got a couple missing for some reason. I think it's because I bought them from a boot sale. Otherwise, most of these are just recycled art again. Oh yeah, there's a few more of them over here. Again, some of that new character, mostly just old designs. Really lazy. These ones, I've only got a handful of these left now, and I've actually got a spare over here. This is a Apollo 13 set. I've only got a handful of them. I don't have the whole set by any means. But these ones came in a massive rocket spaceship pog holder that I don't have anymore because basically it was so bulky at some point when I moved house. I just sold it or got rid of it in some way. But I held on to the handful of pogs that came with it, and they are literally, this one's just got like a photo of the film, I believe. There you go, Apollo 13. Yeah. But yeah, if you ever, I don't know, the rocket was pretty cool, I guess, but it was basically just a tube in the shape of a rocket, essentially. So, this set here is what they call classic pogs. These only came out in America. For some reason they didn't do them in the UK. These ones have got a completely different texture to it. These ones are made to be in the style of the original Milkcap. Yeah, the Milkcaps, what they put on milk bottles back in in Hawaii in the 1920s. As you can see, they've got like a little staple in them. Like every single one of them has a staple in them. And they're just like, they're not actually old pogs, they're just new pogs. Yeah, they were done at the same time as the other pogs, but they're just done in the style of traditional Milkcaps. See, this one straight up just says like a specific dairy place in Hawaii milk, and you see it's got like a little, yeah, some of them don't even have anything on the back for reasons. Yeah, most of these are, and they're like limited colours and stuff like that. I actually really like these ones. I think these ones are pretty nice. Like, especially all these ones over here where they start putting like what I assume is like stock retro artwork that they've just put like text on. It'll be stuff like, what's this one say? Forget those other chaps, bub. We only play Bahog here. We only play Pog. And then some of them just start getting really weird. Like they start implying that they eat it. No Pog until you eat your dinner. Or, oh, what's this one? Yeah, this one. Gee, Sally, your hair smells like Pog. And I didn't think you would notice. What does... I don't really smell of anything, to be honest. A cardboard. So her hair smells of cardboard? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. And then there's like, this one just says drink pog, and oh, this one's pretty good. I just think these are quite funny. They're like the kind of things they always put on like birthday cards and stuff. They're just like stupid like text. This one say, like, hey, wait a minute, they forgot to build the pog room. Yeah, you need a whole room just for pogs. That's how many he has. Just a room just to pile pogs into. So yeah, these are silly. Tough luck, Daddy-o. Pog is too hip for you. Way too hip. Like, this is the hippest thing you'll ever find, I find. Oh, this is one of my favourites. Wow, Pog and potatoes, my favourite. Pog and potatoes. He's eating pogs. I don't think you should be eating pogs. They've got staples in them. Especially, yeah, these ones have got staples in them. Yeah, this is one of my favourite sets, actually. They're really silly. This one say. There seems to be more to this pog than I first thought. And it's just, yeah. They're silly. They're really silly. These ones are not numbered, and I don't know how many they made. I have about 50, I think. think I've got about 50 of those. Hang on, I wrote them down on the list somewhere. What did I write down? I have 57, so I don't know how many of those they made. So these are the ones that I picked up from that shop in Lakeside. These are some of the sets I actually bought with my pocket money, basically. Instead of like buying the individual packets, I was like, oh, I could just get a whole set for a tenner. That's much better. So these ones are Looney Tunes, and there's a lot of Looney Tunes stuff related to Pogs, but we'll get to that. These are pretty much just stock artwork of the Looney Tunes, and most of them are the same design over and over again. But you know, they're official Pogs, so they're nice quality. They've all got, most of them have got this nice little shiny gleam to them. Yeah. I also like that there's a couple of obscure characters in here, which is pretty cool. Yeah, obviously there's Bugs and Porky and stuff like that, but they've also done Anthony. There he is. You know that dog that befriends a little kitten. I think there's one of the little kitten somewhere, but yeah, that was always one of my favourite Looney Tunes shorts, when he thinks like the cat's being turned into cookies and he just blubbers everywhere. That was a good short. That's a very good one. I think they did one of the cat. Oh yeah, they did. Pussyfoot. So yeah, they're pretty standard stock artwork for the most part, but I still like this set. Also, they did a Animaniacs set. So they did a lot of Warner Brothers stuff, as you can see. They were obviously in cahoots with Warner Brothers because they did Batman, they did Looney Tunes, they did these ones. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it. I'll just get two that are literally right next to each other. They're just using the same artwork over and over again. Like, they really just milk every... See, they're literally the designs next to each other, and they're just slight variants, really. But I suppose they only had so many assets to work with. I don't know. If you ever wanted a Hello Nurse Pog, there you go. There's a Hello Nurse Pog. So yeah, there's about 60 of those, I think. There's a load of Pinky and the Brain ones, Mindy. There's just some text on a couple of them. Yeah, just lots of the same characters over and over again. I think they do a couple different ones. And then there's a set of the Tick cartoon as well, which again, it's just like the same artwork over and over again. So they're pretty lazy. Some of them are literally just text. These are really, really cheap. Like, how annoyed would you be if you bought a packet of these and you got just loads of these? Stop your evil ways. And that's it. It's just some text. So yeah, they're pretty lazy. I think I got these ones from a car boot sale actually, and I think I'm missing like 2. If anyone wants to hit me up for the 2 I'm missing, then hit me up. This is the best one. If you're only going to own one of the Tick Pog, it has to be this one. Spoon! I don't know what it was with these obsession with Spoon. It was Lol Random, I think. It was like the beginning of Lol Random cartoons. So where are we at now? I think these are Canadian ones. So this is Series 1 from Canada. They're mostly the same. I think there's 1 or 2 designs that are unique, but otherwise they're just designs that they had in Series 1 and 2 of the British ones. The shiny bit's gold instead of silver. Ooh, exciting. Yeah, get back in there. I think 1 or 2 of these are unique, like this one here. This one's quite nice actually. I'm glad I got this set just for this one. I've got a few missing. This one's a unique design. So yeah, the way to tell the Canadian ones is quite obvious. They just straight up say Canada Games on them. So that's how you know you've got a Canadian Pog. Great! Canadian Pogs. As you can see, there's one where it's got a Canadian flag and he's like some kind of superhero. I think that's just recycled art, but there it is. I think that one's unique as well, but otherwise these are all just designs that are in the other sets, I think. For some reason the Canadian sets are a lot bigger, so the British sets tend to be 64, the American sets tend to be 60, and the Canadian sets tend to be about 70. I don't know why they vary like that. Oh, here we go, we're getting into the good stuff now. Canadian Barbie Pogs. I only have a handful of these. Again, as I say, I think these just popped up at boot sales over the years. Yeah, Barbie Pogs. Canadian Barbie Pogs. I've even got I've got some Keenies as well in here. Look at that, it's a Barbie, it's a tie-dye Keenie with a butterfly on it. There you go. Great. If I was to like sell some of these, they're probably the first ones that would go, to be honest. This last page is just miscellaneous Canadian ones and some other foreign ones I just have. Like, apparently there was a Casper set, I literally have one. These are just ones I randomly picked up at They just came from bundles. I was like, oh, that's an official one, I'll keep that. Here it is, it's a Casper Pog. There's some Star Wars Pogs. They made a Star Wars set that was only in Canada, as far as I can tell. Again, I presume there's about 70 of those, but I have 3. There's some Looney Tunes ones, they're very similar. These ones are French, I believe. Yeah, these ones are French. It's just French Pog. It's not really that much different from what we got, but there you go. I think these are all French ones. Yep, French Pogs. Yeah. So that's all of those. I'll just give you a better look at the stickers and the transfers that are in there. So yeah, this folder's kind of falling apart, but it still holds everything, so I'm happy with that. So I'm just gonna leave them in there. I've also got a bunch of unofficial Pogs, but sometimes there were such things as nice unofficial Pogs. Most of them were cheap, nasty rubbish, but there were nice sets that I did keep, and I have just some random ones. So we'll go through those real quick, because I don't want to be going through this forever. Get bored. Anyway, here's some Simpsons Pogs. So this set's really nice. I think these were actually to do with the comic, because they say Bongo Comics on them. But yeah, these are just like a nice little set of Simpsons Pogs. What I like about this set is it's just like almost every character gets their own Pog. There's a Milhouse Pog. Gotta have a Milhouse Pog. You know how much he likes Pogs, especially Alf ones. And that really big Pog that Bart wanted to buy from the comic shop that one time. Yeah, I think some of these characters are like from the Radioactive Man comic. Yeah, some of these characters are definitely not from the cartoon. But they've even got like that belly dancer that was in one episode, and just a couple more obscure ones. There's your Ned. There's a Ned Pog. Ned Pog. Grandpa. Who else have they got here? Bartman. That guy that was only in the first season, the psychiatrist guy. Yeah. There's your Seymour Skinner one. There you go. Insert meme here, I suppose. And there's even a Peppy one. I like this one. Peppy Pog. He was like that orphan kid in one of the episodes. And there's an itchy one, but I don't seem to have a scratchy one, or is he elsewhere? Oh no, wait, he's there, but it's just his head. Scratchy the cat. Cruelly massacred cartoon star. Yeah, they all have like little descriptions as well. These burns. Yeah, I like that set. They're quite nice. I probably should have taken these all out of the folder so I could just do that with all of them, really. These ones are kind of cheapo, but I've got them anyway. These are like 101 Dalmatian glow-in-the-dark Pogs. So any of these that look like they've gone a bit weird colour-wise, they basically glow in the dark. For some reason she's got a really neon dress, not sure why that is. They're alright, I suppose, but you'd think Disney would want better quality than these ones that are a bit cheap. So I think I'll save them ones for a bit later. I have Snoopy ones and I have Garfield ones. Why would you not have Garfield Pogs, I suppose? Like, there's no way they were not going to cash in on Pogs with Garfield, because they cash in literally everything with Garfield. These ones don't have anything on the back, so I have no idea. They are definitely official Garfield Pogs, but I have no idea who made them because they're literally blank. Lots of dodgy Photoshop backgrounds on them and stuff like that. I was talking about Tazos. I forget what country these are from, but I got these from Lakeside as well. These ones are called Brilliant Frogs. Brilliant Frogs, what a name. Right, they're clearly frogs. Look at them, look how froggy these plastic discs are. So these are just Snoopy ones, yeah, like Peanuts. They've just got these horrible tie-dye backgrounds on them. And for some reason the gap on some of these is bigger. Like, I don't know if that's so you can construct them a bit differently. You see that? It's got like a bigger notch in it. And you can just do right. Yay, look. We can do that. And we can make them into things. I'm not sure why this was a thing. It was like, hey, how do we keep this Pog thing going? Let's make them plastic. And then let's make it so they can stick together. Oh, you know my other favourite thing about Pogs? The noise they make when you drop them. I don't know why. But yeah, that's those. I'll just put them on the side for a sec. So yeah, they're technically Tazos, but under a different name. I have Sonic Pogs. I think I showed these on the Sonic merchandise. Let's look at some Sonic Tat stream, but here they are again. I actually have a complete set, and then I've got a bunch of spares. Because, again, these ones weren't like World Pog Federation Pogs, but I recently discovered there were actually official Sonic Pogs in, I think, another country. But I think I got these from Lakeside as well, and it was like, you know, official World Pog Federation or not, I had to have these because they're friggin' Sonic. The Sully Acorn ones and stuff like that. I think that's the whole set. For some reason there's only 2 Tails ones and then the set just kind of ends. I think there's 31 of them. Unless there's more of them, these are just spare ones. I think I was trying to make up a second set, they're just doubles. And then I've also got these Sonic... What language are these ones? These might be French as well. These are also Tazos, like Sonic Tazos, and they glow in the dark, and they also have the big notches. These ones are called BN Trox. Yeah, I don't know. BN Trox or something. Let's just get the chat back up. Canadian Barbie, isn't that Pamela Anderson? What's quite interesting about some of these Sonic ones, from a Sonic fan perspective, I suppose, is I think they have unique artwork on some of them. Like these sport-related ones. I can't say I've seen this artwork anywhere before. No. Try and get it focused. Yeah, you can sort of see that. It's got a giant fist. But yeah, some of these I think are unique artwork. I might have to like scan them and send them to Sonic Retro because I could be wrong. They might just be promotional artwork. This one looks like it's Japanese artwork, but I could be mistaken. It just looks like something that would have come from like a random like Japanese Sega World or something. Yeah, I can't even remember when I got those. I think I got those years later. There's a bunch of Robotniks and Tails. Again, loads of glow-in-the-dark bits on them. Right, last unofficial set, that's not Tazos, are these Sig and Sag Pogs. How can you not love Sig and Sag Zooms? These came out years after Pogs were relevant, if I remember rightly, and they came with packets of Poppets, which were like chocolate balls, I guess. These ones are quite funny. There's some pretty good ones here. There you go. Boy Zog. It's just like 3 of Boyzone and then 2. They're there. Like, I couldn't not have these. It's friggin' Sig and Sag. I loved Sig and Sag, and I loved Pogs. So I had to buy lots of Poppets to get these. I don't think I've got every single one. Array Sig, Sagamuffin. That's pretty good. I recently picked up the single they did, which is pretty great. Pretty terrible, but pretty great. There's like all these X-File parody ones where they're just like dressed up like Mulder and Scully, Z-Files, and then there's just a load that are just like really bad Photoshop jobs. Like, I'll just use all the Photoshop filters, it's fine, that'll do. Just put all the Photoshop filters. Yeah, even if that was in focus, you wouldn't be able to tell what's going on there. And there's a Keeney there that's called a Zapper, because they always had to give them different names because they couldn't call them Pogs. So they're like, oh, this is a Zapper, not a Slammer, not a Keeney, it's a Zapper. So yeah, that's the Sig and Sag set. There's a Madonna one there as well. That's pretty good.
One.
Ah?
This one.
Oh, that's a spare.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah, that's a spare Chex Pog.
Oh.
Yeah, that was lying around for a reason. Yeah, it was friggin' Madonna one. Strike a pop it. Yeah, I like those. I like that set. So Tazos was, I think these were like 1997 that they started doing these. I used to have the folders, like there was like this red binder, but I ended up getting rid of it. These were arguably more popular than Pogs in the UK because they came in packets of Walkers and they did quite a few sets. I think you could get, you could get them in Quavers, Monster Munch, stuff like that. These primarily were Looney Tunes related, a bit like that official American set. And what was quite funny is you buy the folder and it just spoils what all the designs are. Like it shows you the designs on this piece of paper. You could actually use that Milkcap maker and punch these out and just make your own Pogs out of these. You could technically do that, but no, you have to buy lots of packets of Monster Munch so you can get these Looney Tunes Tazos. There's Yosemite Sam on some drums. I think there's like there's a Taz one here that for some reason they've done him up like Freddie Mercury. I think it's amongst these spare ones actually, yeah. For some reason they've done him up like Freddie Mercury. Yeah, there you go. Freddie Mercury Taz. Yeah. So yeah, these are mostly just, they're a bit better than the Looney Tunes Pogs, because at least most of them are unique artwork as far as I can tell. They're not just like stock. They actually illustrated these for the Tazos, I assume. Well, some of them definitely not, but I think this is a complete set anyway. So they did these ones, and then they did, oh, there's the equivalent slammer. Ugh, it's really ugly. It's just like a see-through thing. I don't know. They had to differentiate them somehow. Get back in there. So yeah, Looney Tunes, Tazos, and then they did this extra set that was like kind of like the World Tour Pogs, where it's just like Looney Tunes in different countries. So you got Alexandra Bell Roadrunner for Great Britain. I think these are like history related actually. So of course Taz is a scientist from Sweden. Of course he is. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. There's Taz as Mozart. He's bashing on the keyboard. Yeah. Lots of Taz ones. Taz was incredibly popular at one point, like in the 90s. He was just all over the place. World Tazos, famous people from history. Yeah, that's those. And then I think this is the final set they did. They were just like Monster Munch characters. They're just the characters from Monster Munch. Like the weird alien, not alien, monsters, because it's called Monster Munch, obviously. I think there's 2 sets of these, and I don't know why, but I suspect Nigel Kitchen from Sonic the Comic may have illustrated these, but I could be completely wrong. It just kind of looks like his art style with the swirly eyes there, and I could be completely wrong. It just looks like something he would illustrate. You know, he did Decap Attack. Yeah, these are just... What year were these? Oh, these are 96. I could have sworn most of the Tazos were like 97, but there you go. So, let's get to the big set. So this was, well, I say the big set. This was the set that people went mad for, like absolutely mad for. I have a few of these for some reason. I just ended up with loads of them. This set is Star Wars Trilogy Special Edition. You know, when they remastered and edited the scenes and re-released them in cinemas. That's basically what this set is commemorating, like the Star Wars Trilogy. This set, at one point, like complete sets of this folder were going for ridiculous money for like 5 minutes, and then they were worthless. They were like Beanie Babies. This was like the Beanie Babies of Pogs. These things were mad for some reason. So, and I've got like at least 3 complete sets of them just lying around where I couldn't get rid of them, because the thing with Pogs is they're absolutely worthless for the most part. Even this, well, especially this set, because this set was the one that everyone clamoured for basically. So these came out in what, 90, what year was this? 96? Yeah, Tazos are back, available in Quavers, French fries, Doritos, and I think some of these were exclusive to certain packets. So these ones, basically you buy this fold, a bit like the Looney Tunes one, you buy this folder and then they just give you like the Tazos to complete the scenes. So it's just screenshots from the 3 Star Wars films basically, and you could just plug them in. I'll probably ruin that now by taking that out, but because they're actually really annoying to get back in. There we go, that's fine, I do. So yeah, they also came with like these unique, well, semi-unique cards, like little numbers on them. Yeah, just like different characters on them. I think I've got another one somewhere. So yeah, these are just scenes from Star Wars screenshots. But as you can tell, Star Wars plus collectible things in crisp packets equals crazy fads where people spend lots of money trying to get complete sets. And that's how that went. For about 5 minutes, these things were worth money. I think by the time we actually completed our multiple sets, they weren't worth anything anymore, so I just ended up stuck with them. So yeah, these are based on that re-release special editions of the films. Not really obvious from looking at these, but I presume these are like the new special effects and, you know, all the stuff they added to this version. That's actually the wrong Pog there. That's the wrong Tazo. So this isn't complete, because that's just that one again. Whoops. Well, the set ain't complete. That's supposed to be a snow scene. These ones were limited edition, only available in Doritos. Exciting. Special Trilogy Tazo. This one's really big deal. Look how big deal this one is. It gets a big halo around it. Yeah. Tazo trivia. Oh, this is all just like questions about Star Wars. Who live on the moon of Endor? Don't you mean who lives on the moon of Endor? Jesus. How tall is Chewbacca? He's tall. Alright, he's a big, tall, growling man. Yeah, it's those. This false pack contains 11 inserts to hold all 50 Tazos. Instant ring. Oh, it was a scratch sheet. So that card was like a scratch sheet for like a contest to win more Star Wars tat, probably. So yeah, in terms of like Star Wars collecting, that is literally the only time I ever collected anything Star Wars related, just because it was Tazos. Yeah. What else we got? I think that's all the collection. That's like the main. Whoops. That's like the main collection. I need to drink some water because I am getting very, very drained of like. It's quite hot as well. Yeah. Where do I go from here? Right. I will go into some of this other stuff. May as well have a look at some of these, like the books. Maybe let's have a look at the books real quick. Because we've pretty much already gotten through all the yay, Sigrid and Sag. Yeah. So these are like the little storybooks they did. Some of these, as I showed you, came with Pogs. Some of them, these are quite nice. These are illustrated by the guy that created him. This guy. Don't expect me to pronounce that correctly. I'm not even going to try. These are sweet. I like these. These are nice little storybooks. Very nice little illustrations in them. In fact, I'll bring the camera back down for these. Hang on. A week. There we go. You can have a look at the story of Pogman. I was considering reading these out, but we'll literally be here all day. They're not exactly like elaborate stories. They're children's books, you know, they're quite simple, but I really like the artwork in these. This is honestly one of the most influential like art styles for me as a kid. Like, I used to draw this guy endlessly. As you'll see later, I drew this guy endlessly. So this one's just about like how Pogman finds himself in America. I kind of like the juxtaposition of the text, like the story text and what's been illustrated. So like this one's like Pogman and Pog. Oh God, the cat's name was Pogpuss. Pogpuss. Fortunately, Pogman and Pugpuss were very good swimmers. They skillfully made their way through the peaceful waters, and then you just got them like practically drowning, and then yeah, stuff like this happens. Like Pogman can see his arse and his balls and everything. Gracefully embraced mainland culture. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of like, you know, it's like a children's book, but it's also a bit cheeky, a bit Cartoon Network, I suppose, a bit Nickelodeon, which, you know, they were actually considering making an animated show for this. I think they were pitching it around, because another book I've got here does mention that there's going to be a Pogman animated series, but it never happened. Yeah, this is just him in America getting nagged at and abused and almost threatened. I doubt he's got any money, but yeah, there you go. That's that book. Yeah. So that's that one. Pogman discovers America. Then there's Bad Hair Day, which you can probably guess what this one is. This is the one that came with... Oh, this one came with Pogs as well. This one's got someone's name in it. It's not mine. I've probably bought these from boot sales back in the day. There's a fourth book that I don't have that just came with stickers. But yeah, this one's just about Pogman. I believe he stumbles into a hairdresser's and he's just like, of course there's a stereotypical ridiculous hairdresser and does all kinds of stuff to them, just abuses them basically. These guys are freaky. Weird. He just scratched the hell out of them. We're ready, said the two monkeys. Monkeys? Yeah, it's just like, he just gets abused. And then they end up looking ridiculous by the end of it. And then they leave. And they're just like, I like the old you better. And then they get walloped by this lady again. And then this bit's pretty good. In the end, it was a very pretty day. Pretty windy, pretty rainy, and pretty lumpy. It was a pretty lumpy day. Got tidy of those lumps. This is the one that came with the tattoo transfers. Yeah, tattoos included. Oh, it tells you how to apply the tattoos. These are British releases of these books. But yeah, I believe these came out in America as well. So this one's just Pogman playing basketball and being pretty bad at it, but then, or rather, like, he doesn't really know what he's doing and he doesn't even know what basketball is, but he just so happens to play really good basketball or something. I don't know why the cat runs into a shower. It just happens. It's just Pogman awkwardly standing with a basketball. Oh, that's why this guy just kicks him into the basket and they're like, yay, he won! Because the other guy kicked him into it. And it's like, yep. Yeah, right. That's those. So this is kind of the main book. This was like my Bible when it came to Pogs for a while. This collector's guide book. This is the one that I took the Pogs out of. So this is a British book, but it mentions a lot of things in here that were sort of America only. Ooh, excuse me, knocking the camera about. So this one's kind of interesting. It's just like a little official guide, including this whole section, which is like, these are the official, this is how you tell what an official Pog is, and not like a slammer whammer or whatever. Oh yeah, so there's the Hawaiian drink. They're actually promising that it's going to appear in America, but I don't think that ever happened. But apparently this drink called Pog, and I think it stands for passion fruit orange guava. This has been around since the 1920s, and it even has like a sort of Pogman mascot, which they obviously redesigned for this. So this is just like the origin of Pogs from Hawaii. Apparently this lady's got something to do with it becoming a thing in Hawaii. Apparently there was some kind of thing called pogography where you could actually send in a photo and they would send you Pogs of said photo, but I don't think I've ever seen these before, so I don't know if this ever happened, but like they are promising it in this book. Also here, like Pogman, the animated series, coming soon to a television station near you. That never happened. Neither did this game show idea. Pog University, PU, the smell of knowledge, a wacky new TV game show. Yeah, that never happened. I think they had a lot of high hopes that this was going to be like a thing for years and they were going to make loads of stuff. Others have become missing. Yeah, it's just advertising the books. This is my favourite page. This is just like how they make them. And it actually shows like, I presume this is the creator of Pogman or the digital colorist. He's actually in like Photoshop colouring up one of the pages of the books. And look at this little figure. Look at these figures. I don't know if you can see them. I want them. There's one on eBay right now for 30 quid sealed and I kind of want to buy it. Like apparently they did actually sell these Pogman figures. I only found out yesterday that they did. This is just how they make Pogs. It's like a factory. That's how they print them. That's how they make the Keenies. Look, they're coming off the assembly line. Whee, I bet that assembly line lasted a while. Oh yeah, I didn't show you the Keenies yet. Speaking of collections, I didn't even get to those because they made the plastic ones, and then in America they did like these steel ones or like these metal ones. These are really nice. They're like proper laser cut. They're really slick. This page is just like top 10 list of Pog Milkcaps you should have, and it's got stuff like the Universal Studios. You can tell this is my original copy of the book because I've ticked off the ones I have. There's like a checklist. There's like a Disneyland set. Some kind of Easter at the White House Pog. Yeah, that's something I'm gonna get. There's another Looney Tunes set there. I don't know where them ones come from, but I don't own any of those. Knott's Berry Farm Snoopy ones, stuff like that. This is just them talking about Pogs in other countries, including United Kingdom joined the Pog family in January 1995. Next up for the UK, Virtual Video Pog. Whatever that is, that never happened either, whatever that is. The rest of this book is mostly just like different games of Pog you can play, like with different rules. I think that's what all these pages are, pretty much. Yeah, they're just different games. And how to grip a Keenie. You can either grip it like that or you can grip it like that and go, like that. And this is like the official World Pog Federation rules for like tournaments, because they actually had tournaments. But that costume! I wish I could have met that. So that's the Easter at the White House tournament. You can see all these kids in a bouncy castle, and there's the White House. I think some of these are from, yeah, I mean Mickey Mouse is there, so I'm going to assume these are from the Disneyland, California, Anaheim. Some random kids. Here's like fan mail they got. I don't think I ever sent them fan mail. I kind of wish I did now. Look at all these like look at all these children's Pogs, like just cut out in all different shapes and sizes. When you see my Pogs, these just look like amateur rubbish. I mean, you know, I was probably older than most of these kids, and yeah, I don't know. It's just advertising Pogs, and then they're like, oh, join the membership group, just mail this to California. It's like, I ain't doing that. I ain't posting stuff all the way to America. There's a glossary of different Pog terms like Niagara Falls and pancakes. It's just like different rules. Yeah, that's that book. I didn't show you the Keenies yet. Right, I should probably get the Keenies out because I basically have a giant tube of Keenies to get through. They actually sellotape together. It's here we go. Here's my Keenie collection. It's just in a massive tube. Right, I'm gonna have to get some stuff out of the way for this. I'll probably sit down for this as well. There's a Keenie on the floor. Yeah, let's get these Keenies out. This is gonna make a really satisfying noise, hopefully, when I get these out. Right, let's move this around. Ooh, hello. Hello there. Here's my Keenies. It's just in a massive tube. This is going to make a complete mess of the table. They're very, very well sellotaped on. I'm going to have to... I probably should have taken all of this off beforehand, but I just know these are... I don't think this tube really holds them very well. I'm probably going to have to get another folder and actually start putting these in a folder, because the way they are at the moment, they're not really displayable. And this sellotape There's so much of it. Let's try the other end. I might have to get some scissors or something. Wow. Yeah, I might have to get some scissors. There's a lot of sellotape on this to hold it together because it's very heavy. I was hoping to fit those Batman ones in there, but I don't think they're gonna fit. I've got some scissors right here, thankfully. Yeah. Right, let's get through these. How long have I been streaming? Oh, not too long. Okay, we're making good progress. This ain't gonna go on forever like the Sonic ones did. We're making good progress, but I almost completely forgot to show you these. It would be a shame if I didn't, because there's some pretty good ones in here, including some that I didn't know the origin of until literally recently. I just bought them from a boot sale. I was like, oh my god, these exist, and it turns out they're from like Australia or something, and for some reason they were just at a car boot sale. That just happened. You just ended up with like random international. You don't really see them at boot sales now because obviously time has passed. Kids haven't had Pogs for years. There was actually a reboot of Pogs in like 2004 or something like that. They actually tried to do it again with Pogman, and they even did like Marvel Pogs and all these different board game sets. But it flopped even harder the second time. Like no one cared. Like barely anyone cared the first time round, but the second time round nobody cared, because obviously we're talking like the era of the iPhone. If it isn't like electric, kids don't want it. Right, this should make a really satisfying noise and hopefully not just go everywhere. Here we go. Get ready for it. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. I'm going to bring this closer and we're going to rummage. Let's rummage through these Keenies together. I'll have to get these back in the tube later. Keenies! I almost like these more than the actual Pogs. So these are the metal ones I was telling you about, the laser cut ones. Let's see if we can get this to focus. These are really nice. They only did these in America for some reason. And I don't have many of them because one, I don't think they made many, and two, they were quite expensive. They were like, I want to say they were like a $5 each. They were ridiculous, but they're so nice. Like, they really like just sharply like cut. They're basically similar designs to what they had on the Pogs. I've actually got two of the same one there because again they're in blind bags. So when you only get one per packet with these, whereas I think the Pog sets they tend to give you like 7 Pogs and like 1 Keenie. But these are I don't know if I have the Pogman one. I'll have to see. There's like extra thick ones as well for some reason. Oh, it's just like a bumblebee or something. Yeah. I just think they're quite nice. Like, I kind of wish I had the Pogman one. But, yeah. Well, that's going to pick up. I just think they're nice. I just think they're neat. So that's those. So the set I was just talking about, that's from like Australia or something. I was like, where did these come from? I think this is where this tube came from actually. This tube just had all of these Keenies in it. And it's like every single colour of this set, but basically is a set of Ren and Stimpy like Keenies. So apparently there was a Pog set as well, but I never ever found it. And I believe they're from Australia. I think that's what I read, or maybe Canada. But either way, I think there's like 10 designs, and then they just do like different colours. So this is like the gold one. So it's a log Pog. Pog, better than bad, it's good. There's Muddy Mud Skipper. There's Mr. Horse. There's a Gritty Kitty one. Yeah. So I was just like amazed when I found these ones because I was like, when did they make Ren and Stimpy Pogs? Like I just found these at a boot sale when I was a kid. I was just like stunned that they existed because, as I say, there were no official Ren and Stimpy Pogs over here, so I was just amazed to find these. And I was like, what is the origin of these? Did these even release? Are these like special, like pre-production ones that never came out? And I just had all these theories as a kid to where these came from, and then it just turns out they're from like, yeah, from Australia or something. I've got Animaniacs ones, so these are the ones that would have come with the Animaniacs Pogs. There's one of Pinky. Narf! Yeah, that's the noise he made. There's some Tick ones. Tick, the American as well. Yeah, it's kind of focusing, but you get the idea. It's just the Tick saying spoon again, because I don't know why, because he's low random. I'm surprised they didn't do a Freakazoid set. Maybe Freakazoid was already, by the time Freakazoid came out, maybe they were already moving on from Pogs, but what else is there here? So this one just says Judge Pog on it. Kind of looks like Judge Dredd, but it's not. Yeah. Most of these are the Ren and Stimpy ones. I think a majority of this tube is actually just the Ren and Stimpy ones, because I have literally every coloured variant they probably did. There's one of Dot. Animaniacs. Yay. There's so many. So many. Most of them are just designs that were also on the Pogs. Some of them are unique, I think. Some more Tick ones. There's one of Pogman as a sumo wrestler. I think there was a Pog of that as well, but they're quite shiny, so I don't know how well they're going to focus, but there you go. Yeah. There's a lot of these. Some of them have just got like random text on them. Let's see if there's any interesting ones. There's a really thick one there for some reason. Some of them are thicker, and I'm not entirely sure why. That's all Ren and Stimpy. Oh, just rummaging them is fun. It's fun. I just wanna rummage and probably knack all the colour off of them. Oh, some of the Batman ones are in here as well. It's a dog. Doggo. He is. Pog World Tour. Yeah, World Tour. Some of them don't even have colour. Like, they don't have any kind of colour on them. I don't know if that's because the colour scratched off, or if they were like a set that just didn't have any colour on them. Like that one, it's just black. Well, it's got a design on it. You can barely see it, but there's just no colour on it. I don't know if that's just because it's scratched off, because the colour does eventually rub off on these when you use them, like if you play them. It just kind of comes off over time. Yeah. That's the Keenies. I probably shouldn't have just pulled them all out like this, because now... Oh, that's one of the best ones, that one right there. I might have to... I've got a few spare sleeves, I might have to get these out. That's one of the best ones, that's nice. I'll put that one aside as one I want to put in a sleeve, because some of these I do actually want to put in sleeves, because otherwise they're just all kind of stuffed in this tube. Dinosaur. There you go. That's the Keenies. I'm glad that didn't take that long to rummage through those. But now I have to tidy them up. There's a lot of Keenies. It's more Keenies than you could ever need, because you only need one Keenie to play Pogs. Well, you know, one Keenie per player, I suppose. But there we are. That's all those. Yeah, I might like take the best ones and put them like in a tube or something, like put them in like a folder or something. We've got all these Ren and Stimpy ones, which there's bloody hundreds of them. I think about half of this tube is just that Ren and Stimpy set over and over again. I've bought them from... Pog is hot. It's hot. Hot stuff. Have I still got both the mics on? No, one of them's fallen off. Where did it go? Where is that other? Oh, it's down here. Yep, okay, one of my mics fell off. So yeah, that's the Keenies. I'm gonna have to just move them out of the way and tidy those up later. Right, so I guess we shall go into probably my favourite, let's move this up. Probably my favourite thing about Pogs, full stop, as a kid. I didn't play Pogs, I collected them, but I also loved making them because of this toy right here. This is the Milkcap maker. So this did come out in the UK. It was in the, it was in the Argus catalogue and all that. For some reason, I have 3 of them. I've got 3 of the bloody things. So I'll just show you the back of the box. This box is wrecked, by the way. It's just like, load it, close it, twist it, pull it, bam it, bop it. Yeah, you know where I can go with that. So here it is. This is the Pog maker, or the Milkcap maker, because it makes milk caps. And you basically slide paint. I'll show you. I'll actually make some because I've got some designs ready. I think this is the one that's knackered. I've got 3 of these. Let's have a look. I'll grab the one that's actually good. Is it this one? I think they're getting a bit knackered. Hopefully one of them still works. Oh, the good one's over here. Right, so what you do with this is you get like these blank, you basically get these sheets of blanks, of which I have loads of, because they're actually really hard to get now. So that's the back of them. And you just punch one of these out, you get one of those, and then it's just got like little stickers that you peel off here, put them in there, slide it in, slide in a piece of paper, push that down, cut it out, and then pop it out, and it'll be on the Pog. And you bam it, like that. Bam it. And that's what you do. That's how that works. It is very, very cool. This was the toy I got the most fun out of for probably 3 years, like outside of games consoles. I loved this thing to pieces. Got the instruction manual there so you can see. I basically just told you how to use it. I use this thing so much that I just remembered it from memory. There's the instructions if you want to see it. And yeah, I've just got tons of blanks left. Loads and loads of blanks. These were actually quite expensive to get. I think it was like a £5 for like an extra few sheets or something. And then I've got these ones, which I only have like maybe 1 or 2 sheets of. These ones are even rarer. These are double-sided. So you can put a Pog design on each side of the Pog. But those are, I've only ever seen those once, like in my life. So I only have a couple of those. You can probably still get refills of these on eBay, but I can't imagine they're super cheap. But we're going to make some Pogs today. But before I do that, I'm going to show you the ones I made as a child, because there's a lot of them. There's almost as many Pogs that I made as there is Pogs that I collected. What's kind of cool about these as well is I think what I did is I just put plain paper on the Pogs, cut them out, and then I just illustrated straight onto the Pogs. So I had to learn to draw really small pictures to fit on the Pogs, because obviously I didn't have a computer, I didn't have a printer or anything like that. So I am going to bring over the folder of my own childhood Pogs. If this microphone wire doesn't want to tangle around my leg, try and get that. Oops, sorry about that. That probably made a big noise. I apologise. That probably made a big fat noise because the mic just dropped on the floor and its little thing fell off. Where's it gone? Oh, where's it gone? I was afraid this was going to happen. The little like things come off. I'll just plug that on my until I find it. I really need to drink some water. Right, let's get over the custom Pogs. Custom Pogs. Right. For some reason they're in this Slammer Whammer folder. Not quite sure why. I just had this folder. It's got like stickers for Go-Go's on it. Go-Go's was like another faddy thing. I think it's still technically going as like Crazy Bones, but that was another thing I got into for about 5 minutes. Never as big as Pogs was, but yeah. So these are my childhood ones. I'm going to go under this. Under this, there's a lot of cables knocking around, and I'm really afraid I'm going to trip over. Where did I put that little mic thing? I don't know where it is. It fell on the floor somewhere. I don't know where it went. It might even be amongst all these Keenies. I don't know. But okay, childhood Pogs. I guess I'll just bring these up close. So these, I think I actually wrote the years on them, so I know exactly when they were made. These ones were made in 1997. So already I was making these Pogs long after the fad had died. A lot of these are just like copy eyeballs of like the official art, because I was just learning to draw him, and for some reason I coloured him in brown on most of them, even though he's orange. This one is recycling. Recycling Pogman, or putting things in a bin. What does that even say? Oh, it just says World Pog Federation. But these get increasingly weird, basically. A bit hard to make out because the light's getting in the way, and the focus is making it a bit awkward. Most of these early ones are just like, as I say, just like eyeballed. But then after a while I started making my own ideas. Never mess with bombs. That dino character that's on one of these Keenies, I ended up turning into a character. This Pogman actually being good at basketball. The dinosaur. There's this one where he's by the side of a pool that's also a beach, and he's just like checking out some swimsuit lady. Yeah, that exists. And there's one where he's like snowboarding, and it's clearly just like eyeballed from snowboarding art, some photo of a snowboarder, and it's just got Pogman's head attached to it. So yeah, from around this point they start getting original and increasingly weird. So we've got Michael Jackson Pogman doing like Billie Jean stuff. We've got some pigs. We've got another one where it's like Pogman like with some ladies. That's a bit strange. Let's move right through. Yeah, let's see what else is interesting here, because a lot of them are just copies of actual artwork. But yeah, these are all hand painted, hand inked and stuff like that. So these ones are from like 98. Of course there's one where Pogman is Sonic. Oops. Because of course there is. Of course there is. It's just like obligation. That's what we've got here. Got one where Pogman's naked, but instead of his butt, he's covering these bits. There we go, covering his bits. This one is so specific, it's ridiculous. I don't know if you remember me playing RoboPit on a Sega Saturn Shindig, but this one is a reference to that video game. So this must have been around the time I got that game and I was playing it a lot. So there you go, Pogman in RoboPit for the Sega Saturn. It's about as random as you're gonna get. Sorry, but Pogman couldn't make it on this Pog. Oh, what a shame. Couldn't make it. Yeah, and he's just getting increasingly silly with lots of parodies. It's like South Pog, he's just Cartman. Yeah, 98, that would have been when South Park just started. There's Pogman at Disney World, because I think that was around the time I went there one time. With Epcot and MGM and all that. that's what that is. Oh yeah, there's another Sonic Pogman. Here he is. Sonic the Pogman. He's blue this time, he's actually blue. Not like orange and then sort of coloured blue after the fact. What else we got here? There's a James Bond one. There's Pogman as Chef from South Park. I think there's a few South Park ones. Wow, this folder is incredibly reflective. There's another one where he's recycling or like putting stuff in the bin. Oh, this one, it's just like cut out stuff. It's like X-Files related. So it's just cut out stuff of like the X-Files logo and then just like a little UFO drawing of an alien Pogman. There's another one of those that's even better than that. There's an Austin Powers Pogman. There you go. Austin Powers Pogman. There he is. Yeah. Now that's what so these are all numbered as well for the most part. And this one's just called, now that's what I call a Pog 165, because it's the 165th Pog in this set. Yeah. There's a Tommy Cooper one. I don't know why. I didn't even like Tommy Cooper. It's just a Pog I made. I guess we had like a magazine that had him in it and I just drew it from that. There you go. That exists. There's one where he's got a virus on his computer. There's a tennis one. There's one that's clearly based on that Viking character that was in the Sun newspaper. Holger the Horrible, whatever it was called. It's clearly just based on that. What else we got here? Pogman's butt. Pogman playing frisbee. We'll move on. Because now we get, these ones are like, it's like 98, 97, 99 at some point. I was just making these for years, like, just kept making them. There's a Teletubby Pogman right there. They're pretty much of the era, whatever were current at the time. There's lots of parodies. Teletubby Pogman. Another South Park one where he's Kenny. There's one that's clearly based on the Japanese Sonic box art. It's just like it's like that font work, that font treatment. There's a Pac-Man Pogman, Pac-Pogman. Yeah, there he is. Let's get him. Pac-Pogman. There he is. There's a Darth Maul Star Wars one, so that must have been around the time that film came out. Yeah, these ones are from like, oh yeah, the 2K Pogs. So these are like Pogs made in the year 2000. I love this one. This one's using cutouts from the Sega Saturn magazine. There you go. Oh, come on, focus. Focus, this is one of the best ones. There we go. Furtra Pog. And it's just like a Furtra Cop screenshot. And Pogman holding a gun with fiery eyes. I like that one. That's actually quite good. So, yeah, these are like the year 2000 now. So there's a Pokemon parody one. You can get it focus. There we go. Pogimon. Yeah, just anything I could think of. Like there's a parody of the BT ads at the time. It's good to slam PT. Yeah. There's ones that have got like the old 1920s Hawaiian drink mascot version of Pogman on them. There's, for some reason, there's one with the character from the creature from Scream. It's a Scream. Got blood under his mouth. There's one of Pogman as whatever his name is, that character. There's a springy guy from Magic Roundabout. He's just there. There's a Choo Choo Rocket one and a Dragon Ball Z one, I just noticed. Choo Choo Rocket, and it's literally just Choo Choo Rocket but with a purple nose. So he's a cat now, I suppose. There's a Dragon Ball Z one. Hog Z. Look at that. That's great. I love it. There's one of my favourites. There's a Beavis and Butthead Cornholio one. You really see what I was into or what I wanted to take the mick out of with these, because there's a lot of got milk. I think that's most of them. Yeah. Oh god, there's Jet Set Radio ones. There's another South Park one. There's this one based on Stuart Little. It's just a parody of Stuart Little. See, they should have got me to make new Pogs. I could have given them loads of parody ideas. Look at this. It's just Wolverine from the X-Men movie that came out that year. Yeah. There you go. Wolverine Pogman. And this one's just like a recoloured Blanka from Street Fighter, but he's orange. So it's like Pogman if he was Blanka. Yeah, and there's a couple where Pogman's like anime style. Like, oh, Sugoi, kawaii desu. I don't even know, that probably doesn't say Pog, I don't even know what that says. Probably says something else. It's like Japanese style Pog. And then there's these Jet Set Radio ones, which are pretty good. Pogman as Professor K. and one that's just like the graffiti design, like the logo. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I was making Pogs until at least the year 2000. There's a couple Sonic ones down here as well, which I guess I made as freebies for my fictional Sonic comics that I also made, that I showed you on a live stream before. It's like, this one's not using one of those double-sided ones. It's like Sonic Magazine, Super Sonic vs Perfect Chaos. So that must have been made in like 2000 as well, probably. There's a Chow Pog. Chow Pog. No, this folder's just falling apart. Chow Pog. So that's those. Right, so now I've showed you those, I'm going to make some new ones. I'm going to make some new Pogs using the Milkcap maker. So I'll show you how it works and stuff. Let's just chuck that over there. And we shall make some Pogs with the Pog maker. I think this is the good one. I think I'm going to have to throw away 2 of these because 2 of them are just broken. I think that's the good one. That's the one that works. Right, I'm going to start making Pogs. So I printed off some stuff earlier. There's some stuff I made earlier for you. So I'm going to make these into Pogs. I'm going to make one double-sided Pog, and I'm going to make a bunch of other ones. So this was at request of Murray Curry. I've got Andy Murray, disembodied Andy Murray head. I've got the thumbnail art, like the Sonic Pog picture. The reason I put Sonic in the thumbnail is I did this illustration about 2 months ago, and I just had it at hand. I've got one of Derpy Gohan.
Oh yeah.
He's still in the other room. And then I've done a few other ones, like an official To Hell With It Pog, like Splunky Pog. It's not official, but you know. Kuma-chan from Fighting Vipers, just stuff I illustrated recently. That Fangs a Lot yogurt character I drew a while back. Jackie from Virtua Fighter. And then again at Murray Curry's request, I'm doing one of him, and it's going to be a double-sided one. I'm going to make that, and I'm going to give that to him next time I see him. So let's make Pogs. Let's make a Pog, or a few Pogs. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully it works. I haven't done this for years. I think I have some other custom ones over here somewhere, but I don't know where they are. Right, so we'll pop one out. Peel the sticker off. Stick it in there. Make sure it's in there. Slide it in. Right, let's do the Andy Murray one first, I suppose, because it's right there. So you have to basically slide it inside this window, and then you can see it through there. That's probably not going to pick up on stream, but basically you can see the design as you slide it through there, and when you get it where you want it to be, if I can get it all the way through, it doesn't even want to go all the way through. These things are old and pretty tired. I used them a lot. I don't know how I ended up with 3 of them, but that happened. Just trying to see how I can get that in there. Doesn't want to go all the way in. Yeah, man. I should have done a test one before I did this stream. Let's see if I can get it further through. It doesn't want to go all the way through. That's kind of annoying. Maybe if I put it through first and then slide it in. Ah, that's better. Right. Okay. So line it up with the picture. Again, I'll see if you can spot it. There he is. There's Andy Murray. So what you want to do is you want to line it up as much as you can. I basically tried to print these off at the right size. You want to line it up as much as you can, and then you push this down, and then you twist it. Hopefully it still works. Sounds like it does. You just twist that a few times, and then you can pull the paper out, and then you pull that up. It kind of worked. Yeah, it worked. And then you can bam it. Wait, don't take it out. I've got to bam it. I've got to bam it. It's a step on the thing. Yeah, there you go. Disembodied Andy Murray Pog. I think the blades are starting to get a bit knackered because it's not cutting as perfectly as it should. But let's try and make another one. I think the paper's still wedged inside it as well. I have to get that out somehow. Yeah, it's gotten wedged in it. Yeah. So that's how you make a pog with the milk cap maker. Let's make another one. Let's try and make one more. Well, I'm going to make all of these. I might as well make all of them. Let's see how it goes. Alright. Peel it off. So yeah, obviously, what you could do really, which I did with some of my custom ones, is just cut out a sticker, put a sticker on the back and then use this to cut it out, and then you can just like write on the back or draw on the back. You can sort of do that as well if you don't want to get these double-sided ones. But I'm going to use one of these today as well. Right, let's see if we can make this one. Did I put that? Yeah, kept them scissors here. I can get that through. Right, let's try this again. This one, I'd like to line this one up quite nicely if I can. As I say, it's gotten a little bit ropey over the years. Like you have to sort of slide it in first. Alright, so this one, let's see if we can line this up right. There we go. There we go. Paper out.
I don't know if it's because the paper is a bit thick.
Could be, yeah. Maybe this paper is a bit too thick for it. Yeah, it's kind of cutting them a bit ropey, but it used to cut them a lot better than that. I think the blades are probably getting knackered over time. There we go. We made another pog. Let me get that to focus. Focus on the pog, not my hand. No, there we go. Yeah, that's all right. It's still it's cutting a little bit dodgy, but it's fine.
Just a little bit.
A little bit on the dodgy side. I'm pretty sure these two just don't work. Like that one doesn't even want to open at all. Yeah. I have to just throw that in the bin, I think. And this one sort of opens, but it also. I might try this one just to see if the blade's better, but it might be worse. Let's see. Well, we got two there. Got two custom pogs. Let's do Derpy Gohan. Let's see if it works on this other one. Let's see if this one's any good. Yeah, every time I've been so like careful with how many of these I use, because I know once I run out of them, they'll be gone forever. Because I ain't paying out for eBay prices for more of them, so I never see them at boot sales or anything. So let's see if this one wants to work. Ah, the paper goes through a bit easier on this one. Let's make our lovable Gohan toy.
Whoa.
Squeaky.
Yeah, it was photo paper that you have, so.
Yeah, I printed them on photo paper, so it's probably too thick for it, to be fair. And get the thing to pop open. Oh, it's stuck in there. Hang on.
Oh dear.
Yeah, this one's. Whoop, there we go. Oh, okay. That one sort of worked, but again, it's a bit damaged. There we go. Focus, please. Focus. Yeah. Well, you get the idea. He doesn't want to focus. Yeah, a little bit ropey. Let's try and make that double-sided. Yeah, they got like paper stuck in them as well. They are. It's probably the paper. Yeah. Let's try and do a double-sided one. Let's do the Murray Curry double-sided one. I want to get this one nice, so I want this one to be nice. If I could probably buff the edges or something. So these ones are double-sided.
Maybe the fine sandpaper.
Yeah. So I guess with these double-sided ones, you have to do one side at a time. So you put that in. We'll put Murray Curry in. The paper wants to go through. Oh, it's got loads of stuck paper on it now. Oh god, there's a load of scrap paper in there that just got caught on it. Yeah, that's probably not going to be super sticky now. It's annoying because it's one of my double ones. I don't have many of those. It had to mess it up. Right, well, let's try and stick this one on. I'll put it through. I definitely printed them at the right size. It seems like Pogs are like 4.2 centimeters in diameter. If anyone wanted that reference, there you go. That's how big they need to be. Right. Am I twisting them the right way? Yeah, I am. Whoa, this doesn't even want to cut. Oh, blimey. There we go. So yeah, as you can imagine, I just used these things to hell and back. As you saw, there was like over 200 custom drawn Pogs. Oh no, that one ripped up. Ah. Well, that didn't work. I'll probably have to make another one, but maybe print them onto thinner paper or something, because that one's just got stuck in. He's stuck in there now. I can't get Murray Curry out. How's the Pog making? Unfortunately, not brilliant. I think these things are a bit knackered. Ah, that's a shame. That didn't come out too good. That one got a bit torn up. Yeah, that one got a bit wrecked. Yeah, this toy is getting on a bit. And I used it a lot. So, yeah, sorry about that one. I'm going to try and make some more of these later, maybe. Because I really want to make a nice one of that design. Ooh, pardon me. We'll do one more just to see if it can handle it. I'll do another one-sided one. Whee. Here we have 4 people watching now. Farewell, Murray Curry. Yeah, I'll try and make a better one of those. It's just a shame it ruined that one because it's on a double-sided. But I might be able to take that art off it actually if I'm quick. No, once it's stuck on there, it's kind of stuck on there, so never mind. I'll try that again. Ah, there's a lot of paper stuck inside it still. Get out. Still a load of like scrap paper in there. There we go. Yeah, it's just kind of tearing them up, so I don't know if that's because the paper's thick or the toy's knackered. The blades in it are like old. So it could be a multitude of things why these ain't working anymore. But you gotta remember, this toy's from like the 90s. As I say, I used it a lot. If I could find a brand new one, that'd be great. I'd love to find a brand new one. There's actually a couple services on the internet that actually make Pogs for you. Like you can actually order like several hundred custom Pogs.
This fell off, by the way.
Oh, there's my mic. Oh, thanks for finding that. What's that?
I was gonna say, yeah, maybe we can try this again, but
oh, I had all them ones as well.
try the double-sided one again.
Yeah.
With like sort of regular paper.
Yeah, I think this paper's probably too thick for it. Oh, that sounds a bit better. Let's see. Yeah, that seems a bit smoother, I think. I can get the... Yeah, it's a bit smoother. Bam! Yeah, that's not bad.
Okay.
It's a bit better.
Maybe it needed a little rejig.
It's still like cutting a bit dodgily, but...
Yeah, I could hear the crunch.
I mean, it's supposed to crunch, that's kind of the idea. It's basically just cutting the paper around the shape of the Pog. Well, there you go, we made some Pogs. I might just do 1 or 2 of these ones. Just to do them. Yeah, let's do Kumajan. I've still got loads of the one-sided sheets, so it's not a big deal if I use some of them up. I just wanted to show the act of making Pogs because I did this a lot. As I said, them custom ones, there must have been over 200 in there. I think there were like 200 numbered Pogs in there, so I actually numbered them and everything. Let's do a Kuma-chan Pog. The glory of Kuma-chan. Alright, let's try that. I wonder if I should cut this bit off just so it doesn't damage this any further before I do that.
Yeah.
Then it won't bend these ones up. There we go. Right. Because it always sort of spins the paper around as you're doing it. Right, there's the paper. There we go, that one's not too bad. It's alright. There you go. Kim-chan Pog. Please focus. There we go. Is much, well, I'd love to actually have a, I'm not going to do it today, but I'd love to actually have a go at trying to draw directly onto a Pog again, like I used to. I had to teach myself to draw really tiny pictures and colour them with pens and everything. Let's do this Splunky one.
Shall I put the rubbish in the bin?
Okay, everyone. Because I've pretty much wrapped up all the stuff. I guess I've just got a couple other little things to show, and I can show the Pog the games.
Yeah.
Maybe play a game of Pog, because that's the one thing I haven't done. One thing I haven't done is actually play Pogs. As I say, I barely did it anyway. I don't think anyone in school barely did it either. It was like, because there was lots of news articles about how Pog was banned from schools and stuff like that. But I don't remember it being popular enough in our school to actually get to that point where they were like, oh, we got to ban this because it's getting crazy, it's getting mad. And it's just like, no, it wasn't that bad in our school from what I remember. Like primary school, I think I was in primary school when this was all going on.
Oh yeah, I remember the band got Pokemon cards and Tamagotchis and that.
Yeah, I don't remember Pogs being that bad in our school, but it wasn't high school, so I don't know. High school might have been a different story entirely. Let's do Mr. Splunky Shopkeeper real quick. I'll just cut that off. There we go. Let's try and get that on there. Oh, that's a bit tight. And now it's stuck. Oh dear. It doesn't seem to want to open now. Maybe if I get the paper out of the way. Oh god. Nope, that just came clean off the Pog. Oh dear. And now it's stuck. Oh boy, that did not go well. In fact, that seems to be jammed now. Dear. Yeah, this is an old friggin' toy that does not want to play ball. Oh dear. Yeah, oh! It did cut the artwork. Oh, that's almost as thick as a Pog. It did cut the artwork, but it didn't stick it on properly. So let's just stick it on there. There we go. Stuck it on. Terrorist! Oh, what? Oh yeah, about your one, Tom. It kind of got wrecked for some reason. It got destroyed. He didn't cut it properly. It just kind of messed it up. I'm going to try and make another one of these because I actually want to make it double-sided as well, and I want to put that on the back. I think the problem is this paper. It's like thick, glossy photo paper, and I don't think that's really what it should be using. You know what? I'm just going to use this Pog just as a test. Just mess around with it. We'll use this one again. So yeah, this toy is getting a bit knackered, to be fair. It's pretty old. I used it way too much. Let's try and make this Fiendish Feet artwork one. Right. Okay, that went a lot smoother. Yeah, there we go. That one went probably smoother than the rest, actually. Because even though that was the last one I did. You can see it's a little bit scruffy, but I don't think it was ever perfect, but I would imagine if you could get a brand new one of these. Yeah, there you go. I'll get a close up on that one again. Yeah, as I say, I'm going to try and make... You know what I'm really tempted to do? If we ever do like... Here's all the other ones. I don't know if Tom got to see these ones. There you go. Go on, focus on the Andy Murray, there we go. Welcome to Holland and Barrett, I am Andy Murray. It's just like some old in-joke, I don't think anyone understands that one other than friends. I think this one came out alright. It's a nice detailed one. Get it to focus. It wants to focus on it. Focus, mate. Focus. Focus. There we go. There it is. I think that came out quite nice. It's a Pog of Sonic playing Pog. There you go. And there's like loads of little Pogs. Yeah, what I was about to say is there are companies that make Pogs. I think you have to buy them in like the hundreds, but they will actually make Pogs for you with your designs. I'm really tempted to get a lucky hit set done, like an actual lucky hit set. I did a flunky one. Yeah, right. So that's the Pog Maker. It's getting on. I would love to find a brand new one of these if I could. If I can find a brand new one of these, I'll be quite happy. If anyone knows where I could get a sealed one of these with a brand new, you know, like a proper brand new blade in it, that would be fantastic. Because I've got 3 of the bloody things, and only one of them really worked properly. Oh, you also missed out on the Keeny rummage. Keenies. Right, I'm going to get the game out. I like how the artwork on the cover, because I think this toy was made by where the cat toys are, but I like how all the artwork they use on the box is just like Stretch Armstrong and stuff like that. It's just like other toys. I think that's like the Sega lock-on thing on that one there. Yeah, they're just like other toy brands. Yeah, that's that. That's the Milkcat maker. Let's have a look at some of this other stuff I've got. Oh yeah. Get it straight, Paul! Ah! Doing that again because no one saw it last time. I also have this cap. I have a cap. Oh, it's really tight. It's really tight. It's clearly not made for adults. Is that focusing? See that? Pogman cap. I can't remember where this came from. Oh, it came from Marks and Spencer's. Oh wow. So there's an actual like Marks and Spencer's Pogman cap. Makes me wonder if they made more clothes. I'd love to find a Pogman t-shirt, like in my size, not like kid size. There you go. I have some more childhood drawings here as well. Some of these I probably showed during the Sonic childhood drawing thing because they were just amongst them. So, but I might as well show them again for clarity. So this is how little I respected Unofficial Pogs. Like cheapo ones. Look at these awful cheapo Pogs. I sellotaped them to the front of a Sonic comic and was like, oh look, 3 crap Pogs. 3 rubbish Pogs. There's a nice little illustration of Pogman I did back then. Again, he's brown, not orange. Not sure why that is. I guess I just had limited resources. Sonic with Pogs. And it's just like, there's a little cutout from like an Argus magazine. It's just like, what does it even say? It's just like how to play. And look, new Sonic Pogs. I think this was before I found the actual set of Sonic Pogs. And Sonic Keeny. And then it's like Pog the arcade game, and then Pog for the Sega Game Gear, a Pog game. That would work. A Pog video game. That would be terribly unexciting. I just find I find it funny that people like slagged off Nintendo for selling people cardboard. I had already been sold on cardboard ages ago, thanks to these. Oh yeah, let's go home. Just some artwork. What is this? Brit Pog Championship 1997. We salute you. It's just Sonic and Knuckles playing Pogs, and it's like some British tournament that didn't exist. Here's a random drawing of Pogman. I've got some drawings that I did later here. These are like later ones. As I say, he's one of the few characters I can draw from memory, and I really actually enjoy drawing him still. This is from 2010? Yeah, 2010 I drew that. Yeah, and then there's one from 2009. Drawn from memory, if I recall rightly. I just drew them a lot, so much as a kid on Pogs that's what happens. Right, I've made a total mess of this table. We've been going for just over 2 hours. I think, is that a Pogman doll you've got there? Yes, it sure is. I've got 2 of them. It's a Pogman plush toy. This is like my favourite Pog thing I have. I showed this off at the start of the stream, but I'll show it again. He's got Pogman on his feet, and he's got his tag. I might even have 3 of these, but I found 2. There's 2 Pogmen. Right, so I'm going to get out the Pog the game, or Pog the games, because there's 2 of them. I'm glad I've actually got people watching now, because for quite a while I was basically talking to myself. But oh well. I probably shouldn't have just poured all these Keenies everywhere, because now I've just got Keenies everywhere. Oh hey, I won that light gun. Sweet. Hey, right. That means I'll be able to do 2-player light gun games on the Saturn in a future live stream, so that's cool. Right, what else we got here? Got some mats. There's a mat. I've been using this just around the house forever. They're the books. I already showed you those. Right, let's get into Pog the game. This is the British one. So this is the big board game. I think, again, this might have come from like Argus or something. Or Boot Sale, because this clearly isn't my original one, because it's got all these still unplugged, unpopped Pogs, and most of them have just fallen out. Yeah, so it came with 100 Pogs, which are mostly just Photoshop pictures, and it comes with this big board. There you go. There you go. Pog. And it's just like some kind of board game. I think I've still got the instructions. It's just like a game of Pog. It comes with these Pog banks, which I guess are where you put Pogs that you've won or something like that. Let's have a quick look at the instructions. Pog suggests that you don't play for keeps with your game Milkcaps. Always put them back in the box after play. Aim of the game: to win all or most Pog Milkcaps by flipping them face down, landing on the volcano or one of the scoring spaces. Oh, so basically it's just a normal game of Pog, but if they land on any of these spaces, there's like different rules related to that, I guess. Yeah, that's the British version of it. Anyway, it's just this big board. Oh yeah, there's like a little tournament play mat that comes with it as well. And some Keenies in there as well. So it's just got a little mat. I've been using I've got a few of these spare, and I've been using them as like mug mats for ages. So really what I should do is I should find a stack of Pogs, and I should start to just play a game of Pog. I said I was going to play Pog. I never really played it much. I mostly just collected them, but there it is. I'll get the American one out, because that's actually got a nice big stands thing with it. That's a bit more interesting. But yeah, that's the British version of it. Big old thing. Oh, it shows you everything it came with on the... Whee, they're all falling out. 2 more great gameplays inside. 1995. Oh yeah, that is basically all that one came with. The American one technically comes with more stuff and is a thicker box. It's Milton Bradley, this one, instead of Waddington's. I guess that's the American. This is the... Whoa, what's happened? Oh god, the picture's gone all funky. Oh, hang on. The picture's gotten all broken, I just realised. I'm going to just stop streaming for a sec. I'll be back in a second. Right, hopefully that should be better now. Let's just give it a check. Yeah, I think that's better. Right, okay. Hopefully that wasn't for too long, like that glitchiness. Oh, there's no way for me to see the time codes of when it said that. Either way, here's the American version. It's basically the same thing. Oh, I've got some tubes in here so I can actually stack some pogs. Yeah, so this is what's missing from the British one. This massive plastic thing and this other little mat. That's probably why I bought this. Just like a big fat thing, and it's got the same board with it as well. There's a bunch of just tubes here. These are the little tubes that you could buy to store your pogs away in as well. This one straight up says Golden Wonder set of 30 on the side, so I presume that's like another complete set of those. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it's just a whole set of them. Maybe I'll use those to play pog because they're there. There's a whole, there's like a whole extra set of Golden Wonder pogs there. What's in this one? Ah. It's got some Batman pogs in it. Spare. Oh yeah, these are all Batman pogs. By the looks of it, these are just like spare ones. If anyone wants to trade Batman pogs or Golden Wonder pogs for the ones I'm missing from my sets. No, that was earlier. I fixed it. I already fixed it. Before you worry. Yeah, that one's for the Batman pogs. Yeah, I'll use the Batman pogs. So there it is. There's the thing. I think I'm going to bring this camera down and we're gonna slam some pogs and then we're gonna wrap this thing up because I've pretty much shown everything now. Let's bring this down, way down, and we will play some pog. We will play for Batman pogs using Batman Keenies or something. So really, you're only supposed to put so many on a pile. Like the World Pog Federation official rules, it's like 11 pogs at a time. But sod that. I'm gonna make a big pile, and I'm gonna slam these. That's weird. This one's like misprinted. Look at the back. It's like the pattern's misaligned.
Oh, right.
Can't see it on the webcam because it's too bright.
No, it happens.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen it. Yeah, these are all Batman animated ones. Yeah, I just love the noise they make when you drop them. That noise.
Yeah.
It's just satisfying. Oh, there's some teens in there. Right, let's actually make a pile of them. Because you're supposed to put I'm not sure why they decided this is the rule. They should have done it the other way round. But you're supposed to have them image side up. And then if they flip to the back, then they're the ones you've won. But I would have made the rules the opposite way round because then you're not damaging the top of the artwork. That just tells you how like silly I was with like these pogs. Like I was like, no, you can't smack them with a Keenie. You're supposed to collect them and put them in a folder and keep them forever and never sell them because they're not worth anything. Well, some of the sets actually are now. I've seen some on eBay. They're actually quite pricey, but. Alright, I think that's plenty. That's loads. Right. Okay, I've got Keenies. Trying to remember. It's just like you're just supposed to like hit them like that, I think. I can't even remember if I even hit them. Well, didn't get any. You wanna go? See if you can. Oh yeah, you gotta restack. If none fall off, you're supposed to just put them back.
So you're
supposed to sort of like hit them at the edge.
Right.
I don't know if it. Well, no, you're supposed to actually throw the thing. You did it wrong.
Oh, sorry. Let's try it again.
I think you're supposed to technically go sort of throw it that way, but I don't know.
Right.
As I say, rarely ever played it. We're good at this. Right, I'm gonna have it. If you go by the adverts, you should be going wow like that. But like, yeah, that's not. I don't want to damage my pogs. My pogs are precious.
Hey, there you go.
I don't think they flipped over. Oh. No, they didn't flip over. They have to flip to the back.
Oh, right.
So, didn't win them. This is too many, isn't it? It's almost like Jenga, but you're trying to knock them over, and they don't seem to want to knock over. Let's put a few less, because that seems... Right. You should probably be like high up or something. Like standing, maybe.
What happened to this?
Nothing. Maybe go again.
Just
Go again. I don't really care. Was that one or was it? Oh, that was already there. This is the best game of Pog ever played. Alright. Now you can see why I didn't play it, because I'm just cack-handed. No. Is this too many? Have we put too many? Is this too strong of a stronghold?
Maybe we should put 11 on it.
Or just that many? That's probably about 11. You've already got one. I don't know why, but I remember going around a friend's house around the time this was still the fad, and he just had hundreds of random Pogs on the floor, just kind of like this pile of mess over here. And he was using things that I don't think were Keenies as Keenies. He was like using like this little gravestone metal thing. It's like, that's not an actual Keenie, is it? He's like, no, it is. It's like a special one. Great. Yeah, I'm well good at this. Nope. This is why I didn't play Pog, because I'm cack-handed and I'm still cack-handed. Can't even hit the bloody things. It doesn't say on the back how to do it. You're supposed to just not be crap at throwing things at things, I guess.
Shall I give it another go?
Yeah, go for it. I'm pretty much wrapping this thing up now. You can kind of tell why this was a short-lived fad, because you play this for like 5 minutes and you're like, yeah, this isn't really that fun, is it? You're just trying to knock things over and they're not going over. It's just kind of naff. That's just the official tournament rules.
11.
According to this book. That's the official rules. Ah, it was only for about 2 minutes when it glitched.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. Alright, yeah, go on then. Have another go. They got like the official rules in this book.
I'll put 11 on there now.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that seems to be working better, but you didn't get any over. You got to flip them over. You're supposed to land like that, and then you win them. Because it's like there's like a thing in here that's like official rules. Match play format pits 2 players against each other. A period of time for match play will be announced by the tournament director. Start each round. The competitors play rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first. After the start of each match, players alternate turns. Person who wins. So it's something to do with like whoever wins 6 of them first wins, but yeah, go on. I'm not going.
No.
It's really hard to actually flip them over. There's like all this stuff in here about like all different like grip techniques and stuff. Like you could do it like that and go like that somehow, but yeah, I'm not the right person to show this off, am I? Yeah, I got 2. By just smacking them really hard from a distance, like close range. Maybe you just got to be more violent.
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is fun. It's so fun, man. I can imagine this would have led to injury if you accidentally hit someone with bikini. I mean, they're not. I mean, like if it like bounced in someone's eye, maybe.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They're not like.
Well, I mean, I've had
they're not that painful, to be honest. I think they deliberately made them so they're not like.
Super painful.
Yeah, you like. You know, if you like. Oh, it's a bit painful. We just didn't follow the prick with these now. Oh, it can dig in a bit. Oh, yeah. No, it's not that
Mind
bad.
you,
I've felt worse things that have smacked into my head.
or in the case like some years ago when I got hit on the hand with a puck.
Oh yeah, that was much harder. It was much thicker and heavier than this. Try and do the gripless technique. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Oh,
that's how
won
you do
already.
it. Yeah, look, I got 4, I got 6. Whee!
Right.
That's how gripless seems better. All right, you go first. We're going to be doing this all night, folks. Let's grab another one. Nope. Completely missed. Oh, it's so fun. Who needs video games when you got Pog?
Nope.
You can tell I never actually played this properly. Nope, none flipped over. I feel like this big plastic thing is like making it even harder. Almost hit me in the knob.
Oh, sorry.
Almost hit me.
Oh, sorry.
Just hitting me pelting me in the knob with it. There's thicker ones in there. Got a thicker one. There's a thicker one. There's a couple thicker ones.
Like thin ones as well, thinner ones as well.
Oh, they're the Ren and Stimpy ones. They're rare, and I have hundreds of them.
I've the powder toast one.
Yeah.
These are kind of like what the coins in the Pokemon trading game are like.
What are these? Yeah. This is so good, isn't it? This is exciting stuff. Let's bring it down even more. You can see it's super low. Ooh, like that. Look how close we are. Oh, wait. Yeah. It's fun. Go on. Ah, it fell on the floor and it still didn't land on its back.
Ah.
No, I'm not lying. That did actually just not fall on its back. Nope. Yeah, this thing's making it even harder. Maybe that's the idea. Again. Well, I think you get the idea.
Yeah,
This is why this fad didn't last long. It's not actually that fun. It's not actually that fun. It's not really that fun to play, to be honest. Yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah.
So that was Pogs, mate. Nothing's going to beat Giant Bomb's video where they poured 10,000 Mortal Kombat the animated series Pogs on Dan Brackett's head. Look up Giant Bomb Mortal Kombat Pogs on YouTube and find the best video on YouTube. It is literally a man having 10,000 Pogs poured on his head. I don't even have 10,000 Pogs here. I probably have a few, maybe a couple thousand. So yeah, I'll tidy these up in a minute.
Oh, you've got one of the tick.
Yeah, I've got tick Pogs and tick Teenies. That was that. That was a chunk of my childhood. As you plainly saw, I didn't really play Pogs because it wasn't actually that fun. But I did collect them and make them and have this cool plush of him. Pogs, mate. Whoa, that was loud. That was his plastic eyes, I think. Yeah, nice. So that was Pogs, mate. We played some Pogs. There they are. Don't you wish this was part of your childhood too? No, not really. Probably not. But yeah, after I did those Southend of Sonic videos, I felt like this had to be done. Like I had to do a video about all this stuff because I still have it lying around, and it's now made a big horrible mess on the table.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll just leave that there, and you can leave it at that. Right. So we will be back. Well, lucky hit. We'll be back tomorrow with some more come grind with me, and then we're going to be doing some more stuff in the week, including the usual weekly Spelunky, and we're going to check out that PlayStation 5 reveal on Thursday as well, so we'll probably be doing 2 streams that week, and we'll probably turn it back around to me, and we're going to do all kinds of stuff in a week. We're going to try and keep going with like the roughly daily content if we can. But this is definitely a one-off. I ain't doing more of these because what else is there to say?
This is the thickest one.
Yeah, that's one of them thick ones. There's metal ones as well somewhere. Oh, I missed it. Oh, you got loads.
Well.
You got loads. There's metal ones as well. Look.
Oh.
Shiny metal ones. Try one of those.
Oh, they feel like really light versions of like them. You know, like the commemorative £5 coins.
Yeah. Yeah. That was Pogs. Pogs. Right, I'm gonna go because I need to tidy all this crap up.
Yeah.
All this cardboard. See you later. Almost dropped that water on everything.